What's up, fight fans, and welcome back to another KJ MMA show. I am Ryan, he is Garrett, and we have another fun one for you this weekend. It's UFC Vegas 66 and a really intriguing middleweight bout as your headliner, Jared Cannonier, Sean Strickland. Strickland's the favorite, minus 128 is what I'm seeing right now on Bet Online. Jared Cannonier plus 108. I got to admit, I'm a little surprised about that. I'm leaning towards Jared Cannonier. I wouldn't be surprised if Cannonier gets him out of there. I mean, all due respect to Sean Strickland, but I like Cannonier in this fight. What are you thinking, Garrett?
I gotta take a shot on Cannonier as a dog here. Sean Strickland just got knocked the fuck out just 5 months ago, and we know he's a crazy bastard. So it's not like he took time. It's not like he took time off from getting punched in the head. No, he goes right into heavy sparring. So I'm not thinking 5 months is really a normal 5 months for anybody else. Because when you take 5 months, anybody else that takes 5 months off of getting knocked out, I'm pretty sure they're recouped and they're good to go. Sean Strickland doesn't take 5 months off. He's probably right back in the next day sparring with somebody like heavy, hard. So I don't think his chin's gonna really hold up here. It only takes one from Jared Cannonier in 25 minutes. I'm taking Cannonier by knockout.
Yeah, really intriguing bout though. Whoever wins this one, I think, is on the outside looking in of that title discussion there at 185. Let's move to the co-main. This is a lightweight bout. Tsoukakian and Ismagulov. Tsoukakian is the favorite here, minus 160. Ismagulov as plus 140. Do you feel like Demir has a chance to go in and spring the tiny upset, or do you feel like Arman Tsoukakian should get the win here?
It's crazy. Arman Tsoukakian's only minus 155 at DraftKings right now. This is the same guy that was almost minus 300 against Mateusz Gamrot, who arguably he beat. It was a very, very close fight. Yes, Gamrot got the win, but a lot of people were like, oh, that was a pretty bad decision. So now he's minus 155 against Damir Usmagulov, who had a very close fight in his last fight. I think it was against Garam Kutateladze. I think that was his last fight, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm just happy to hear you struggle with pronouncing a name, because that's usually my department.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying here. I think it's Kutateladze. I think and that was a split. I mean, that fight also could have gone either way. Rafael Alves also had some success in the area where Tsoukakian is good in, which is the grapple. Alves was he did well there. Garam even was able to take down Ismagulov. I think we're getting a good line here on Tsoukakian, and then Tsoukakian shows that he's elite. He deserves to be in the top 10. And all that good stuff. So yeah, give me Tsoukakian here at minus 155. I think that's a steal.
All right, let's move to it's not 145. Looking at different lineups here, but Amir Albazi and Alessandro Costa is who I see next, and Albazi is a massive favorite, minus 426. Costa plus 326. Is there any chance that Costa springs the upset, or do you feel like Amir Albazi is getting the win here?
Oh, Amir Albazi is definitely getting the win here. I like Costa. I mean, I bet on him on Contender Series, but he won a very close fight, a fight that was a lot closer than it should have been. Good jiu-jitsu fighter, packed some heat on the feet as well. But I think Albazi is just a bit better everywhere. I mean, this is a pretty massive step up in competition for Costa as well. So I think there's going to be too much that he can chew in this fight.
All right. Julian, Juicy J, Arosa, Alex, Caceres. Caceres, the dog, plus 165. Arosa, the favorite, minus 190. You know where I'm going. I'm going with my guy, Juicy J. And not just because my heart is rooting for him to win. I thoroughly expect him to win. I think that this is the first fight on his new deal. He's strung together some big wins now. And I just feel like right now everything's clicking for him. And I thoroughly expect him to go in there, maybe get another third round finish, but definitely get a win here. I'm all in on Julian Arosa for the W here.
Yeah, Arosa at minus 190. That's not going to last very long. This line will move. He will push over minus 200. So I would probably get in now as you can, because if you get minus 190 or lower, there's value, because I am seeing it's probably going to go all the way up to minus 250. I mean, Arosa, he's made leaps and bounds in his improvements. We saw that in his last fight against Dawodu. Wow, what a fucking performance. On the feet, we know Caceres, he's tricky. He's got good kicks. He's Bruce Leroy for a reason. And, he's hard to get a hold on, but I think Arosa's got him here in speed. He's just as unorthodox as Caceres is, where Caceres does give him some problems is in the grappling and the jiu-jitsu. But I just don't think Caceres is a strong enough grappler to get the fight to the mat. And he's going to have to do something where he did to Choi and jump and scale his back against the fence, which I don't expect that to happen either. So give me Arosa here. And like I said, minus 190 or anything below that is a steal.
Let's move to lightweight. Drew Dober, Bobby Green. Really looking forward to this fight. Dober's the favorite, minus 150. I think that's accurate. That's probably what it should be. Bobby Green, dog, plus 130. But we know that Bobby Green is a dog. He's going to come in there and he's going to throw down. I just feel like Dober, his technique is a little better, a little bit crisper, younger, has that pop on the end of his punches. I'm going with Drew Dober here to get the win. I'm not sure if he gets Bobby Green out of there, but I do expect him to win a decision.
Yeah, I feel like Bobby Green is probably going to be a public dog here. I see money's already coming in on him. I'm probably going to wait this one out, maybe get a little bit better line on Dober. We know Green is a decision machine, but time and time again, he's lost split decisions, and I expect that kind of be here just due to the sheer power that Dober is going to put out there. I think he's going to be landing the harder shots, even though I think Green will probably be landing more. I think Dober's going to be landing more meaningful shots. I feel like that's going to sway the judges a little bit. So I'm taking Drew Dober probably by decision.
Really looking forward to that fight, though. Could potentially be fight of the night. Both of those guys, they come in, they bring it, they look to fight. So circle that one and don't miss it. Let's move to Cody Brundage and Michel Olajaychuk. Brundage is the dog here, plus 230. Olajaychuk, minus 270. Do you feel like Brundage has a chance to spring this upset, or is this a difficult matchup for him against Olajaychuk?
I mean, he has a chance because he has that wrestling. But if he's not able to get Olajaychuk down to the mat, he's probably going to get hurt pretty damn bad. I mean, Olajaychuk is pretty damn violent on the feet. He's probably going to get knocked out if Cody Brundage doesn't get into the mat. But that's where it lies down to. Olajaychuk he's been taken down before, but I feel like this is his rightful weight class. Maybe those guys were just too big, too powerful at 205. So ultimately, I probably will take Olajaychuk by knockout, but I wouldn't like to play his line at minus 275, though.
One thing I just want to point out about this fight that's really interesting. So Olajaychuk lost to Dustin Jacoby, who's Cody Brundage's main training partner and best friend. So he was in there for 15 minutes. Olajaychuk was able to catch all of his reads. And I know that, Dustin Jacoby's striking is world class, right? Brundage is known for his grappling, but I'm thinking that he should be able to pick up some tools to go in there and, maybe surprise Olajaychuk here. I don't know. It's just interesting that, very recently his best training partner and friend just beat his upcoming opponent. So interesting little tidbit there. We'll see if he has some pointers from Dustin Jacoby to maybe spring the upset here. Let's move to Cheyenne Buys and Corey McKenna.
Cheyenne Felismas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. How do you say it? Felismas?
I think it's Velismus.
Velismus. Okay, I'm going to call it Cheyenne. Cheyenne and Corey McKenna. Cheyenne is your favorite, minus 190. Corey McKenna, plus 165. I don't know, Garrett. What are you thinking about this one? I'm not really sure. I'm kind of staying the heck away from it.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with this goddamn fight. Nope. There's no reason why we should be betting on this fight. I don't think we should be watching this fight, but kind of have to, unfortunately. Yeah, man. I mean, I can't get a read. I'll probably go with Cheyenne. I think she's the better striker. She's obviously going to be much longer than Corey McKenna. McKenna's probably have to utilize her grappling, but then again, it's Corey McKenna. She has the fight IQ of about 0. She'll go into fights and strike when she has a clear grappling advantage, and she won't use it till very, very late. And I kind of expect her to do that the same here. She just knows that she is a much better grappler, but doesn't go for takedowns until like the end of round 2. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'll take Cheyenne to win, but I'm definitely not betting.
All right, Jake Matthews, Matthew Semmelsberger. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. This fight right here is for the real fans. Both of these guys are very, very good, and I think they're both a little underrated. Semmelsberger is the dog, plus 200. Jake Matthews is your favorite, minus 235. I mean, with that line right there, give me Semmelsberger. I think he could get it done. I know Matthews is very good. He's a very good wrestler. He's got some power, but I feel like Semmelsberger is getting a little disrespected here. So give me that dog money.
I kind of like the line at minus 235 on Jake Matthews, honestly, because Jake Matthews has showed that he's legit. I mean, he's only lost to grapplers, really. Sean Brady, Anthony Rocco Martin, Andrew Holbrook, Kevin Lee. He hasn't lost to a striker yet. This will be the first time he'll lose to a striker if he loses to Matt Semmelsberger. And we saw what he did against Andre Fiallo. He beat the dog shit out of him, dragged his ass. It wasn't even close. I'm gonna take the hot guy here, man. Jake Matthews. I know it's minus 235. It's a little steep, but I think he get the job done. And Matt Semmelsberger did not look good against Morono. He was getting beat to the punch. He was a bloody mess. He's been taken down before. Jake Matthews can definitely take him down, control him, take his back. He's definitely the better wrestler, and he's a better grappler of the two. I'm hoping he doesn't fall in love with his striking because he just had a nasty knockout. But yeah, I mean, if he can build off that win, Jake Matthews is going to be a problem.
Well, interesting one here. I mean, Semmelsberger, he's 4-2 in the UFC, and outside of that loss to Morono, the only other loss he had was to Chaos Williams, and we know what he likes to do. He likes to come in there and knock you the bleep out. So I don't know. I feel like Semmelsberger has a chance here. I think he's got a very good chance. That's why I'm going with him. But that's why they fight. It'll be interesting to see how this welterweight bout plays out. Let's move to Julian Marquez and Deron Winn. Deron Winn plus 142 dog. Marquez minus 162 favorite. Deron Winn always just kind of confuses me, man, because like his stature is just so unique for the division that he fights in. There's nobody like him. I mean, and you know, he's a Daniel Cormier training partner, but I mean, to be as short as he is and fight as big of a weight class as he does, he's just always at a disadvantage just because of, you know, how small he is with the reach and all of that. So I don't know. Give me Marquez. I'm not thinking too much about it. I feel like ultimately he's going to find a way to get Deron Winn, who's very tough, out of there.
It's hard to bet on Winn at 185 pounds. I mean, everybody is just so much bigger than him. Talking about he's got 8 inches of height difference. He's got, I mean, the only guy that was kind of his height was his last opponent. He was still bigger than him. Yeah. He's got 8 inches of height, only 2 inches of reach, surprisingly. But it's just hard for Winn to really just land because he's just so damn short. It's so easy for guys to just be able to get out of the way, and he just has to come through and fight through fire to land something. He needs to utilize his grappling more, but even that, it's really hard because these guys are huge. They're more well versed on the mat than he is. It's hard for him to keep them down. I think Marquez should pose problems for him on the mat because he's got some good Darce chokes and chokes of that matter. Super strong. He's long, he's tall, and he's got power in his hands. So I'll take Marquez here, even though he's going, he's in that whole glory debacle. Mm-hmm. We'll see if he even fights. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I'll take Marquez here.
All right, let's move to bantamweight. Nurmagomedov and Kakhramonov. Kakhramonov, I'm not even going to try and say his first name. You can say it if you want, but I'm done trying to butcher names. But Kakhramonov is the dog here, plus 102. Said Nurmagomedov, minus 122 favorite. Really close fight here, Garrett. Where are you leaning?
I think it's Sayed I can't do it. Man, it's a tough one. This is arguably the biggest step up in competition for Kakhramonov. He looked really good against Ryan Lawrence, but is Ryan Lawrence on the same wavelength as Sayed Nurmagomedov? Probably not. On RC, it's a tough one. I'm surprised the line is as low as it is. Basically a pick 'em, minus 120 plus 100. Nurmagomedov is extremely more experienced against much higher level of competition. I got to side with him. I think he's a more dangerous striker. I think Kakhramonov definitely is a better grappler and wrestler of the two, and that's the way he's going to have to win. But if this fight stays on the feet, Nurmagomedov is probably going to piece him up.
Well, interesting bantamweight bout right there. Let's keep it moving. Rafa Garcia and Mahashete. Mahashete is your dog, plus 102. Garcia, minus 122 favorite. Another close fight, Garrett. Is this one you want to stay away from, or do you feel like one of these guys really should get the win here?
I definitely don't want to bet on either one of these two. I don't know if his takedown defense is going to hold up. On the feet, I think he's better than Rafa Garcia. I've never been high on Rafa. I think I've faded him in numerous occasions. This is a fight where I kind of would want to fade him, but I just can't trust Mahashete in his takedown defense. So I'm staying away from this fight, but ultimately, if I had a bet, I'd probably take the dog shot.
All right. Well, another great fight to look forward to. I'm actually really intrigued about this one. Manel Kape, minus 240 favorite. David Dvorak, plus 205 dog. Kape is the favorite for a reason. Do you feel like he's going to get his hand raised against the very game David Dvorak?
Yeah, I do. I think he should be fighting for the title soon. He's one of the best at flyweight. He's proven time and time again he's elite. He's the reason why they came and they signed him. He was one of the top prospects coming into the UFC, and I'm expecting him to look good here. I know Dvorak he's a tough out. He's strong. He's got a good wrestling base. He's powerful on the feet, but I think Kape could be too much power there. I think he's going to be coming forward, landing some heavy hands, and eventually putting Dvorak away.
All right, and one more fight to go. Journey Newson and Sergey Morozov. Newson plus 190 dog. Sergey the minus 225 favorite. Where are you leaning here, Garrett?
I'll probably take Morozov. I'm not very impressed with either one of these two, but I think his his grappling, his wrestling should be the difference maker here. Newson, he's fast. He's kind of like a John Dodson type of fighter. He's short, he's fast, he's powerful on the feet. But I think Morozov could take him down and pretty much control him. I think we actually have one more fight too. I don't think there's a betting line yet, but it's Brian Battle and Renat. But it's Brian Battle and Renat. Let's go with that. Renat and Brian Battle at 170 pounds. I don't think there's any line on that yet.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, give me Brian Battle, the Ultimate Fighter winner. I expect him to get another win. I think his ceiling is very high. He's well-rounded. He's long for the division, especially since now he's gone down to 170. So give me Brian Battle.
That's tough. This is a tough fight for Brian Battle. Russian, Dagestani wrestler. You know what you're going to get from him. Heavy hands, really good wrestling, ground and pound control. It's going to be the first real good test for Brian Battle at 170. See if his cardio is going to be able to withstand someone being able to relentlessly take him down, control him. He's shown to do well at 185 doing that. But it's going to be a question of whether he could do it down a weight class, cutting weight and all that good stuff. So we'll see. Doesn't mean he can't do it. He could probably prove me wrong. But I'll probably take Renat here.
Really? Okay. Well, that's interesting. I'm a big fan of Brian Battle. I honestly think now that he's kind of dialed in some things, him at 170, that's a problem. I think he's just one of those guys that he's so unique with his skill set, and he's so hard to fight. Just the way he moves, how difficult it is to keep him on the ground, how difficult it is to get him on the ground. So I really like Brian Battle, and I think we're going to see him start making some moves at 170, slowly climbing that ladder. So, but that's why they fight. We got through all of these fights fairly quick today, Garrett. So before we do sign off, let's take a look and give me a parlay that you feel like would make a lot of sense, that maybe you can make some money on out there. The fight analyst parlay for UFC Vegas 66. What is it?
Let's see. Let me get these lines over here for you guys. All right. So Arman Sarukian at -155. And then I will take Saeed Nurmagomedov at -120 because I just like that line. And then I'm going to end it with ya boys, Juicy J, Julian Erosa. And that will be +360. A little 3-leg, over 3.5 times your money. Not terrible. A little bit of money wins you 3.5 times your money.
All right. Well, listen to the fight analyst. Hopefully you can win yourself some money this Saturday for UFC Vegas 66. For Garrett, I'm Ryan. Make sure you go to the Vegas Odds YouTube channel and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.